identifying how to fight corruption, methods as well as priorities to fight corruption at different levels. But most importantly was awareness raising of the society about the corruption. Because the dilemma we faced was that corruption was such a routine thing. I mean, it was everywhere and every day. That somewhere along the way, people forgot that corruption is a crime. This awareness raising was partially consisting of a broad media campaign, public debates, but also some very specific deliveries that government put on the table very soon after the reform, and it was a continuous effort to build the trust within the community, within the society, that nobody is untouchable, and we're serious about the declarations we're making.
What Georgia was famous was its organized crime groups, like we call them thieves in law, which were running all the criminal activities in Georgia. And they were feeling quite comfortable with the police.
Within this zero tolerance toward corruption and the reform of the police, we fired 18,000 policemen in one day. This 18,000 policemen I've mentioned, it was the 100% like full Department of Traffic Police. We were afraid because this is not just people you fire, these are armed people. And some of them well connected with the criminals. So it potentially could have been a group with the power. But it did not fire back. We selected traffic police because traffic police is the police every citizen knows, encounters every day in the street, sees them and knows them. In Georgian case, it was a very ugly division, let's say. They were very corrupt. They were taking money out of not only drivers, but the pedestrians also. It took us slightly over than 1 month to introduce a new patrol police department. We developed very extensive but short courses, very practical courses for the new policemen to come. And this new policeman, we selected young men and women without any police experience. Some former policemen applied, some passed, but very few. We selected them based on testing, physical but also general knowledge, let's say. We were looking not for lawyers but rather smart people who can in a very short period of time acquire the knowledge that is necessary for the traffic police.
We were releasing and recruiting at the same time in order not to have a gap. We had quite significant number of newcomers who were coming to the police and they needed training. We have changed the uniforms as well. Police had before the reform, it was Soviet, like let's say light blue uniforms of Soviet militia, and it was associated by public with corrupt and so to the bad guys, let's say.
After 1 month when we introduced this absolutely new organism called patrol police in the street, public was shocked. They thought it was a joke or TV show or something, because it was, they looked like Martians, you know, a policeman that doesn't ask for money and doesn't take the money when you offer it. It was strange. We gave to policemen something they've never had in this country: self-respect and respect of the society. And they love it.
The salaries of those policemen were very low, approximately $70. So at the moment, the average salary of policemen is around $700, which is quite decent.
We need it for us, we need it for the public, we need it for the police, for the rest of the police, to show that change is possible.
მასრულებთ, არ აქვს მნიშვნელობა რა ნანიშნობაში ვიქნებით. 2003 წელს ვიყავი ეგვიპტეში პოლიციის აკადემიაში. სადაც დავამთავრე ოპერატიული კურსი, ერთთვიანი კურსი.
These glass buildings are sending several messages. One of the perceptions that we were fighting along with real problems was existence of torture within the police. And we opened all the office spaces and they're visible from outside basically. There are no small hidden black rooms somewhere where people are suffering. That's one. Second, that it's a very safe country. Because in 3-4 years after the reform, we have managed to crush criminal mentality and criminal authority in this country. By opening them up, by putting parks or squares or small benches just in front of the police where teenagers sit and, I don't know, skip their classes or do their homework, or old ladies gossiping, means that we are integrating police where to it belongs, and it belongs with the people.
It's not first time that police is violence for their people.
We need a lot of people to come out because a lot of people are afraid. They're just afraid that there was a lot of bloodshed, a lot of like repressions and everything. So people are just afraid to just come out and say something against government because they know that they might be hurt. So that's a big problem. Right?
I think certain costs are inevitable. Maybe in a bigger country, reforms sometimes are easier. In a country as small as Georgia, where our population is 4-point-something million, 10,000 protesting policemen could be a serious threat to the reform, which is something you will not face in a big country like Egypt.